Evening, everybody. I see here. Just a couple of things. First off, for those of you that live in New York State, congratulations. You live in now Nazi New York. Governor Hochul and the Democrats that currently overrun the state have signed into law that if you have any kind of a disease, infectious disease like COVID, they have the right to bust into your house and drag you out and put you into a relocation facility for the better of the community. Gee, Adolf Hitler did the same thing to the Jews in 1939, 1940. First, he made them wear Stars of David, big yellow stars on everybody's clothes. And then he turned around and said, we're going to relocate you to a place that you can be around just Jews and not the rest of the Germans. Guess what? Auschwitz, Dachau, they're all overloaded with Jews that were later burned or gassed. So, thank you, Governor Hochul, on imitating Adolf Hitler. You have recently college professors that were from our most prestigious institutes, Harvard, University of Penn, and so forth, that were before Congress, and they refused to protect the Jewish students. They refused to say unequivocally that anti-Semitism was wrong. These people couldn't give yes and no answers. They had to kept dodging the bullet on this one. So if you don't believe me, just go back on, and look at C-SPAN and pull up the hearings yourself, and you can watch and see what happened. It's pretty alarming. You have recent reports that in 2022, 121,000 illegals received treatment at VA hospitals and other locations. Those are for our veterans and our, people that are citizens. You don't have the right to utilize our equipment, our material, our facilities to treat illegals that are not supposed to be here in the first place. That's a slap in the face to every veteran in the United States when they did that. So that happened in 2022. Then you also have a recent estimate that it is taking U.S. taxpayers approximately $451 billion a year to take care of all the illegals that are in this country. In 3 years, we've already received almost $9 million. All thanks to Kamala Harris, who is the border czar, and Alejandro Mayorkas, who doesn't really care because he's not a U.S. citizen. And he might be now, but he's an immigrant. He was never born here. He doesn't have the background of a U.S. citizen growing up to have the more care and concern for the protection of his fellow citizens. This guy, he's an import. He doesn't care. And that's why we have things the way they are right now. So, those are major issues that have just recently happened, so I'm going to make this one quick. My suggestion to whomever gets elected into office for presidency, this one coming in 2024. I'm hoping it's President Trump, but you need to ensure that all government appointments are for people that were born and raised in this country. That's for starters. You have to make the number one priority of putting U.S.-born citizens to the head of the class when it comes to appointments and jobs within the U.S. government. You can import all the people you want. You're importing Democrats because, these people that are going to be Democrat voters. That's why everybody's giving them all this stuff. But when you spend that kind of money and when you slap the veterans in the face and then you turn around and copy, Nazi Germany in the treatment of your own citizens, that right there says we are currently headed down the wrong road and we need to change it. So please, if you are listening, and I hope you are, do the research yourself. Don't take my word for it. Never take my word for it, because I'm being told things that I have to look up. And if you want to know the truth, you should look it up. Don't believe everybody that tells you this and tells you that. You want to find out what's going on? Do the research. Look it up. Watch the congressional hearings on C-SPAN. See what happens. Draw your own conclusions. Personally, I'm old, going to go soon, and I just worry about the younger kids. I know what happened in World War II. I'm a history major, and I know for a fact that lies by the politicians that this is going to be for the betterment of the community. If you do this, it's all a bunch of BS. So don't let them don't let them say something and tell you it's one thing and it's really a not. We can't afford to have another World War III on our hands. All right, ICY out.